How's it going, everybody? Dynamite Jared here with a Dragon Ball Super episode review. Episode 122 for One's Pride, Vegeta's Challenge to the Strongest. Before I get into that, I just want to say this is my first Dragon Ball Super episode review. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and I just decided to go ahead and try it. And so I want to thank you guys for checking it out. I've been a Dragon Ball fan since it first started airing in the States in the late 90s on Toonami. So what I'm going to do here is kind of give a layout of what happened in the episode, and then I'm going to talk about the episode quality. Was the storytelling good? Was the animation good? And then I'm going to get into kind of the preview for the next episode and kind of make my predictions about what's going on there, where the story's heading, and it might even end up going a little bit further than that. I might even start trying to predict how the Universal Survival arc is going to end and all that stuff. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to make some plugs so you guys can kind of see the other stuff that I'm doing if you're interested in checking that out, if you like this video and everything. And I'll do the generic, give this video a thumbs up and all that stuff. All right, so let's get right into it. The first half of this episode sets the stage for the final battle of the Tournament of Power. It's Universe 11's Dispo, Jiren, and Toppo versus Universe 7, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Android 17, and Gohan. So this is all heavy hitters left right now. I'd say the weakest out of everyone in this final crew is probably Gohan, even though he still kind of has that mystic power that for some reason can go toe-to-toe with a Super Saiyan Blue, just kind of out of nowhere. The power scaling in Dragon Ball Super is just totally all over the place. Anyway, so the fighters, after an epic stare down, they match up. And so it looks like the fights for the final portion of this arc is going to be Gohan and Android 17 versus Toppo, Frieza versus Dispo, and Vegeta and Goku versus Jiren. Now, there are a couple scenes in this episode involving the fights between Gohan and Android 17 versus Toppo and Frieza versus Dispo, but this episode mainly focuses on the fight between Vegeta and Jiren. Now, Goku and Jiren square off immediately at the beginning of the episode, and Vegeta gets frustrated and he decides to launch an attack against Jiren. Well, Jiren keeps brushing him off and just punching him out of the way. But while Vegeta's getting knocked out, he's examining Jiren's movements, and he's able to see a way to get through Jiren's attack pattern and break his defenses. This is significant because no one has been able to do this to Jiren except for Goku and Hit. And Goku needed Ultra Instinct to do it. Hit used the time skip to do it. Vegeta just jumped right in there, dodged the attacks, and punched him right in the gut. Even Jiren was just like, yo, what the hell just happened? So, of course, you know what happens next, right? Vegeta gets that shit-eating grin on his face, and he thinks that he's got the upper hand on the most powerful fighter that we've ever seen. And, he gets a couple more hits in on Jiren, but finally, Jiren is just fed up, and he just blasts Vegeta to holy hell. I thought Vegeta was gone. Krillin thought Vegeta was gone. Goku thought Vegeta was gone. Everyone thought Vegeta was done. But he's not. He's still alive, though just barely still alive. He stands up, he's pretty much destroyed, and Jiren walks over and starts to say, you know what, you're arrogant, you could never beat me, and he insults Vegeta's pride. Well, you know what happens when someone insults Vegeta's pride. He gets really pissed off, he powers up, and he shoots a final flash to end all final flashes at Jiren. Now, a lot of the gods standing on the sidelines, they can't even believe how powerful Vegeta's getting right now, and even the God of Destruction and the Kai from Universe 11 are both kind of concerned with the amount of power that they're seeing. The final flash hits, and Jiren is laying on the ground, and Vegeta sees this, and he just starts going full-blown Vegeta mode. He's laughing, he's gloating, he's the greatest of all time, right? Well, no. While he's doing all this, Jiren just disappears, and he's suddenly right in front of Vegeta with an energy blast aimed right at his gut. And just like everyone knew before this fight even started, Vegeta's there to do the job, right? He jobs out to Jiren. He's laying in a smoldering heap now in the middle of the tournament ground, and that is pretty much the end of the episode. Vegeta's down for the count, or is he? Overall, Dragon Ball Super episode 122 was a great episode, and I'm talking all around. They're finally spotlighting Vegeta, who's a fan favorite character. He's my favorite character. And even though he does the job here at the end of the episode, he's got some great moments in there. The animation in this episode is just top notch. This is a far cry from the early episodes in the series where the animation was just absolutely bafflingly bad. The animation here is almost movie quality at some points. The standoff at the beginning of the episode where it's going between each of the fighters, Dispo's grinning, Frieza's glaring, and all that, man, I was just marking out at that moment. It's just such a great, awesome moment. It's a classic Dragon Ball build up to that fight that everyone's just been waiting to see. We've all been waiting for these heavy hitters from Universe 7 to go at it with the heavy hitters of Universe 11. And they've previewed it a little bit here and there throughout the Universal Survival arc, but this is it. That's all that's left. And now they're just going to all go all out on each other. So, man, altogether, I'm probably giving this episode a 10 out of 10 as far as on the Dragon Ball Super scale. This is about as good as it gets in Dragon Ball Super episodes. It was a really great episode. If you guys haven't watched it yet, Jesus Christ, why are you even watching this review? Just go watch the episode. Get it on Crunchyroll. I'm sure there's illegal streams somewhere around there. This is just an absolutely great Dragon Ball Super episode, and the next episode looks to carry on a pretty high quality standard as well. We got the preview for the next episode, and it appears that Vegeta is not yet out of the fight. Thank God. It looks like the next episode is going to start off with Goku and Jiren going at it again, and something's going to awaken in Vegeta, and he's going to discover a new power within himself. And Goku in the preview states that this power is beyond Super Saiyan Blue. And I have a theory as to what this power is. I'm going to show you guys a screenshot right now. This is from the episode preview, and this is Goku and Vegeta standing next to each other. And it looks like these two are going to team up against Jiren. Well, I have a theory as to what this new form is. In this screenshot, we can see here that it appears that Vegeta just appears to be Super Saiyan Blue, but we can see him standing next to Super Saiyan Blue Goku as well in this picture, and it seems that his hair is a different shade of blue than Goku's. Now I'm going to show you another picture that when they're both Super Saiyan Blue, kind of taken from earlier in the show. And this actually isn't from the show, but this is kind of like a promotional art, and they're both Super Saiyan Blue here, and their hair is the same shade of blue. My theory here is that Super Saiyan Blue, this isn't the theory. Super Saiyan Blue is when a Super Saiyan God turns Super Saiyan. We know that, right? I don't believe that we have seen a Super Saiyan God turn Super Saiyan 2 yet, and we definitely haven't seen one go Super Saiyan 3. Now, I'm not saying that Vegeta's going to turn Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God here or whatever. What I am saying is that I think he's ascending to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 2. So is that Super Saiyan Blue 2, Super Saiyan Beyond God, whatever it is? I don't know what they're going to name this form, but I do think that it has something to do with a Super Saiyan God turning Super Saiyan 2. The form is still to be titled, and we will see going forward what it is, but I think that that's going to be the gist of it. There are rumors going around that Vegeta was going to get a form of Ultra Instinct that involved more attacking as opposed to Goku's dodging. I think that would be cool, but seeing how Vegeta has denounced Ultra Instinct basically in this episode, I think that is pretty distinctive that he is not going to get that form, and that's going to be a Goku exclusive form, kind of how Goku exclusives like Instant Transmission and Super Saiyan God Kaioken, actually Kaioken in general, Goku's the only one in the show that has been able to do that so far. And so actually maybe Cell was able to do it, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm saying that perhaps Vegeta's new form will be exclusive to him as well. Though I'm sure Goku will end up being Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan 3 at some point before the show finishes. What's interesting here is the new outro highlights Vegeta a lot more than the outros have been recently. They've been more focused on Goku lately, and this one seems to paint Goku and Vegeta kind of in an even light. And the final shot here shows a Super Saiyan God Vegeta, which I'm assuming is Super Saiyan God 2, whatever, Vegeta, standing next to Ultra Instinct Goku in the final shot here. And then behind them is just about everyone else. And this is kind of how Dragon Ball Super kind of started, was like this idea that Goku and Vegeta are kind of on an even playing field. And I really like that. And the way that Vegeta has been, like, I hate to use a wrestling term, but booked recently in the Tournament of Power has not really displayed that. I like that Vegeta is just such a great alternative to a main character in Goku, who a lot of people, including myself, find kind of shallow. But he has his fans, and Vegeta has his fans, and it's great that both of the fans will get to enjoy high moments from both. Obviously, all Vegeta fans know, though, in the end, Goku's going to end up getting the last laugh. Goku's probably going to be the one to defeat Jiren. I think it's interesting that they're going to fight Jiren together, seemingly, because it's foreshadowed earlier in the show and in Resurrection F when Whis says if Goku and Vegeta would just find a way to fight cooperatively, they could defeat Beerus right then and there. Now, obviously, they're both much stronger than they were at that point in the show when that was said. And so if they could both work together, they could possibly defeat Jiren at this point in the show. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that they will give him a good fight and it'll last probably a few episodes. And then Vegeta will probably get knocked out. And then, Goku will have to go Ultra Instinct and finish the job. The other fights that are going on right now is Android 17 and Gohan versus Toppo. That one is really not looking good for Gohan and Android 17. We know that Toppo is a God of Destruction level fighter. He is just an absolute beast. And Android 17 and Gohan have both been shown to be able to go toe to toe with Goku in Super Saiyan Blue. I don't think that Gohan and Goku were really going. I don't think Goku was going all out on Gohan when they were kind of testing out. And I'm hoping to God that he wasn't going all out on Android 17 too, because that would just make absolutely no sense that Android 17 could get that strong. Either way, Toppo is just giving them the business right now, and I foresee him giving them the business for a while. They're obviously going to win and knock him out, but I don't see it coming through a sheer show of power. Them teaming together is showing me that they're obviously going to come up with some sort of strategy together that's going to knock them out, which is a thing that's happening in Dragon Ball Super lately with using characters like Piccolo and Master Roshi and Tien, characters that are weaker, and Krillin and stuff. In the Tournament of Power, they were using kind of fighting strategies to knock out enemies because they weren't as powerful as some of the other fighters on the stage. And I kind of see Gohan and Android 17 kind of devising a plan to take care of Toppo. Frieza versus Dispo is a different story. Now, we saw in this episode Dispo was getting the upper hand on Frieza. I do not see that continuing. Obviously, Frieza has not gone Golden Frieza yet. And when he does, Dispo is going to be on a short time clock. He is pretty much done as soon as Frieza goes golden on him. Yeah, Dispo's fast and he's pretty powerful, as you can see. He's kind of dragging Frieza's face around and stuff. And it's no slouch that can do that to Frieza, even in his original final form. But once he goes golden, Dispo is probably going to get toyed with and tortured before he gets thrown out. And it's not going to be pretty. It still remains to be seen what Frieza's plan is to manipulate the gods. And now that we're so deep into this tournament, I don't know what he's going to do. He seems pretty all in on taking out Universe 11, but he also doesn't seem to be in any hurry to fight Jiren. I think he knows that he's pretty much outclassed when it comes to Jiren, and in that sense, also Goku and Vegeta at this point as well. He was probably going to wait until they actually win the tournament and then try to pull off some kind of stunt that's going to try and, control the gods. And then, it'll probably end up with just Beerus destroying him or something because Frieza's just not on that level right now. It'll be interesting to see where it goes with that. All right, guys, that is my review for Dragon Ball Super episode 122. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I will be back next week with a review for episode 123. I'm really excited to see this new form of Vegeta and see this next part of the fight with Jiren. I'm going to make a couple plugs now. If you guys haven't already, try and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the Universal Survival arc. And where's Dragon Ball Super going to go after this? Let me know what you guys thought of the episode and what you think of the entire story up to this point and what you thought of the video. I do a podcast on my other channel. I don't want to call it a sister channel, but my friend Buddy Candella's channel. Me and him do a podcast called Two Nerds a Podcast. We don't talk about Dragon Ball Super really on the podcast because Buddy is not up to date with the show, but we talk about a ton of things there. We talk about movies, music, all kinds of stuff. And if you guys are into other kind of nerdy subculture things other than Dragon Ball, go check it out. And even if you aren't, we try and keep the podcast funny and entertaining for everyone and all inclusive. So just check it out. Give us a look-see and see what you think. And I will leave a link to that in the description below. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Dynamite Jared, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and subscribe to Buddy's channel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week on the next episode of Dragon Ball Super.